Is Stephen Curry the greatest point guard ever? Reason we're making this video is because I was trolling through Instagram and I came across this clip from the No Chill Jill podcast with Gilbert Arenas, and he has Stephen Curry as a guest on there, and he asked him very candidly, do you think you're the GOAT PG? And take a listen to what Stephen Curry had to say, but before we play the clip, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes. Yes. It's me and Magic. That's the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously I have to answer it that way, but I really feel like, to your point, like Magic's resume is ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. So the fact that we're even having that conversation is it's a place I never thought I'd be in. But the fact that, to your point of like how you grade it in the whole conversation, that's why we have the conversations, because it's fun and it's measuring errors against each other. And I love that's what basketball, that's what sports is all about. That's why people watch. That's why people get in heated debates about it. I love it. So you put me on my own team, I'm gonna rep myself for sure. But Magic, that's a lofty resume to shoot for, right?
All right, so y'all heard the man, and it's not surprising that he would say that. Ever since he won that fourth championship, I believe it really elevated him. Before that fourth ring, I wasn't really seeing people talking about Stephen Curry as a top 10 player of all time. Even the Warriors fans, they were like, yeah, he's just the GOAT or whatever, but they weren't really arguing that he was better than guys like, I don't know, Tim Duncan or Kobe or Larry Bird or Magic. But that fourth championship with that first finals MVP, with that performance, that amazing performance he had in the finals against the Celtics, one of the best defenses ever, that defense that was able to completely stifle KD and Kyrie. Stephen Curry just took them boys apart, gave them 40 in the guarding. That was amazing. And I'm a LeBron guy, but I gotta give it up. So ever since then, Stephen Curry has been elevated in these conversations. And depending on who you ask now, some people will talk about Stephen Curry is top 5 or Stephen Curry is just as good or better than LeBron James. And I'm like, I'm not ready to go there, but he's definitely in my top 10 now. About Magic Johnson, because this is definitely a two-man convo when it comes to the GOAT PG. I have a lot of respect for Isaiah Thomas, but he's number 3, and I believe that Stephen Curry is one step above. The same with Magic Johnson. So if we go just by eye test, I got Stephen Curry all day. Quite frankly, I didn't get a chance to really see Magic play like that, only highlights and everything. And the man had amazing court vision. The man was pushing the pace, and just at that size, the way he was able to control the game at 6'9", handling the ball, shooting, posting. Obviously, we remember that performance he had in the finals when he had to play the 5 and he dropped 40 and like 10, something crazy like that, so that just showed how versatile and how complete of a basketball player Magic Johnson was. But neither of these guys are great defenders. They're just okay, in my opinion. They both played 14 seasons up to that point. Now, Magic Johnson, he pretty much got fucked up by the league with the AIDS allegations and everything. He probably could have played longer and added on to his legacy. Maybe what if Magic Johnson were to beat Michael Jordan even once, for example? That changes everything. And now he's in the GOAT conversation also. But the ability to shoot the 3, in my opinion, that Stephen Curry brings to the table is just unmatched. It's just too much of a gap offensively, because Stephen Curry can do a little bit of passing, but Magic Johnson is nowhere, and I do mean nowhere near the offensive threat that Stephen Curry is, who literally, when he's hot, if he crosses half court, you're in trouble. You got to double. You got to create whole defensive systems around Stephen Curry to stop him. And that's even with KD. The system was still Stephen Curry, and his movement off ball doesn't get talked about enough because it's almost as lethal as his shooting, in my opinion, because he does 2 things. First of all, he keeps the defense off his heels. You always got to worry about him and Clay running around across screens, and it's several point guards who have to guard him, and especially in the guard-driven league, just like we have to this day, a lot of these perimeter players just get tired, and then they cannot attack as well as they would on the other hand, just because they have to chase around Stephen Curry all the time. And Draymond Green's over there with the moving screens. Zaza Pachulia back in the days doing dirty shit. It's just a lot, because Stephen Curry he has the best condition ever, in my opinion. I've never seen someone be able to run that fast, full speed all the time. So you got that. And obviously the shooting that he can bring. He became stronger. So he's able to really get to the rim. He has handles that Magic Johnson could not dream of having. So yeah, I like Stephen Curry, man. Although he has one less championship, they both had super teams. So let's be honest, Magic Johnson had Kareem, he had James Worthy in them. Stephen Curry, I don't even need to tell you guys who they played with. So the super team argument doesn't really work. Neither of them were the best players every time they won the ring. You know what I'm saying? So you can't use that argument either. So it's really about what do you like as a basketball fan, I believe. Like, because an old school guy, for example, my father's favorite player is Magic Johnson. The way he was passing, this is why it really floats my father's boat when it comes to watching basketball. For me, I enjoy a good passer, but man, you got to be able to score the ball, especially in this league, in today's game. And I believe that it's just rightfully so. The game has evolved so much that now Stephen Curry has been able, thanks to, for example, the leadership of guys like Magic Johnson, add stuff to his game that Magic Johnson just does not have at this point. So Magic Johnson still has a greater career than Stephen Curry at this point, but Stephen Curry is still writing his chapter and still going full speed. He just got done dropping 50 points in Game 7 in the playoffs, looking insane, right? So he might have 2 or 3 years at this level, and if the Warriors, you can never write them off. So maybe he gets ring number 5, and if he does, it's completely over for the Magic Johnson conversations, in my opinion. So anyways, I got Stephen Curry as the GOAT PG. I'm not going to say he washes Magic Johnson, none of that, no disrespect to the legend, but in my opinion, Stephen Curry is a better basketball player, especially today. So yeah, we're going to cut the video right here. Please get in the comment section. Give me your thoughts. Who you got? Stephen Curry, Magic Johnson, why? And like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.